here we go, the Scottish Legend cars on track for their final, and up towards the lights they come. A very tightly packed grid, a few clouds above as well, so let's see how this one unfolds for us. The fast guys all at the back of the pack, and it's 3 wide in towards Duffus Dip, and Colin McNeil takes the opening advantage. Stuart Black in there as well, and there's Billy Waite and everybody getting very, very close. 4 wide into McIntyre's, a little bit of contact there. Was that with Ryan McLeish and John Bushby? Bushby gets away with that, the front wheel contact, as Ryan McLeish just cut across the nose of him there, and oh, Paxton goes across the big sausage curb at the chicane, and yeah, typical Legends first lap, absolute mayhem. And Stuart Black hits the front as they come through Clark Corner. Dave Newell in there in the white car, number 60. He'll be happy with that. Where's our champion, John Patterson? Well, here he is. We're on board with him as he pulls out and passes John Bushby towards the open. Pino Palazzo ahead of him now. Is he going to try and have him on the brakes? Palazzo really has upped the pace this year. Very encouraging to see how quick he has got as they all go firing through the hairpin there. Dave Hunter still kind of in the mid to rear of the pack, hasn't had the best of starts to this one in his Cresta racing car. But Stuart Black leads away from Billy Waite. Ryan McLeish goes up the inside to third place, takes Colin McNeil, and now Dave Newell looks very racy as they come down through Leslie's. Will Newell go up the inside? Oh, contact! Oh, Ben Mason over the top as well. Now, who was that? We saw Ben Mason involved in that, but there was somebody sideways across the track in front of Ben before that, and out of the car. What a disaster for number 22, Ben Mason. Lovable guy. We do like Ben Mason, but that was no fault of his own. He was in the wrong place at the wrong time there. Couldn't really get a good visual on who caused that for him, unfortunately. But Ben, yeah, you can see his car get spout up away in the air. Yeah, in the front left wheel, you can see broken off that. It doesn't take much, but unfortunately Ben Mason now a spectator for the rest of this one as the restart happens. Black goes away from McLeish. Now Patterson was well up there and it looked like he was making a manoeuvre up the inside. No, he wasn't. It was Billy Waite who was fending off David Newell. And Newell now goes up the inside. Patterson, John Patterson, wee Pat has a look at the back of Rally Dave as well. And things really starting to get that little bit close as we come towards what is going to be a short Legends race. Remember, this is the final. This is the last one today. As we make the way up through Clark Corner, beautiful. A little bit of drift. Oh, a little bit too wide there for Stuart Black. That won't do him any favours. And on the outside of Billy Waite, surely not. Rally Dave round the outside. What a manoeuvre. If anyone can, that man can. And he will usually do it, much to everybody's annoyance. Right, onto the brakes. John Patterson will have even had a smile on his face watching that one. Very classy overtaking manoeuvre from David Newell. I imagine Billy Waite wouldn't be smiling because it was Billy Waite round the outside of, but a good move it was. Ryan McLeish hits the front from Stuart Black as they go over the crest of the hill. Look at these two working together into Duffus Dip. Ryan McLeish in the ex-Dan Mackay car. Daniel Mackay of OSW Racing, and great to see that car back in the Scottish Championship after doing a few years of the Nationals. Through they come, all these drivers nice and smooth. Palazzo they're still holding off Stephen McGill as they go up towards the chicane. Through the chicane they land. Billy Waite still in a very good point scoring position as well. Ivor Greenwood a little bit further back, and that was Dave Hunter even further back. Now, was Dave Hunter one of the guys who was unfortunately caught up in that Ben Mason crash? He could have been, and I wonder if he's suffering a little bit with possible car damage. Not the best for David Hunter. Cresta Racing guys will be on the pit wall scratching their heads. But let's see John Patterson now. Wee Pat looks like he's got past Rally Dave as they leave the hairpin. Number 60 David Newell. Yes, he has. Newell tucked right in the back. Look at this, right up the hill. Doesn't touch him. Yes, he does. And you can see the oil cooler pipe there as well. Lovely Goodrich braided hose. Oh, I do like that. A little bit of bling on Wee Pat's car as they go down in towards McIntyre's. Through they come now. Can John Patterson catch up as Ivor Greenwood makes a good manoeuvre on Colin McNeil there? That was a brilliant manoeuvre from Ivor Greenwood. Got to take her hand off to Ivor, nice and clean. As the menacing clouds start to come over the top of Knocker Racing Circuit. McLeish, Black and Patterson with Newell sideways as ever coming into view there. Stephen McGill has now got past Kieran Beattie, so he'll be quite chuffed with that one as they head towards the hairpin. It's all about these guys at the front, the four at the front. Can John Patterson sneak through and make it 3 out of 3 on the day here? It'll be quite interesting if he can. He's pulled away from David Newell, and Newell will be seeing that Wee Pat has got the pace as they go under the Beatson's Building Supplies Bridge again. And this battle's heating up now, isn't it? Belly weight, Stevie McGill, beautiful drift into the corner from McGill. Ivor Greenwood likewise sideways towards the apex. McGill thinks about the inside. Ivor Greenwood almost tries to help him up the inside. He was getting so close to the back of him. And there's our number 6. There he is. Yes, definitely. He was caught up in that. I would imagine he was the launch pad for Ben Mason, but he was in the middle of somebody else having a moment, Dave Hunter. So that's why his car's maybe not 100%. He will be struggling with that. It won't be as aerodynamically efficient, not that legends really are, on the main straight. As Wee Pat goes for second place, coming in towards the hairpin. He's on the brakes, he's alongside Black, and he's up the inside. It's a good manoeuvre. Black Paul just tucks in behind him. Stuart Black's he really has found some great pace over the winter, and he's a lovable guy. So it's great to see him driving so quickly and so well. In that lovely blue car, he's got his really nice baby blue he's got there. And look at John Patterson, passes McLeish on the straight as well. So Wee Pat, defending champion, goes from 4th to 1st in 2 corners. Brilliant bit of overtaking. In fact, he goes from 3rd to 1st in 2 corners. Commentators getting a little bit excited. There's a 4th place man there. That's David Newell, as we wait for the rest of the guys to come through. Now, have these guys got enough pace to stay with Wee Pat? Oh no, Stuart Black's making a mistake up the back straight, and that's a long way to be on the grass. He's going to rejoin around about Clark Corner, and David Newell will get him before Clark's, that's for sure. Bit of a disaster for him as Stephen McGill goes up the inside of Billy Waite. Ivor Greenwood tries to go up as well, but McGill completes a very good, clean, classy overtake in the number 15 McGill Motorsport car there. Stevie McGill is now under a bit of pressure though from Ivor Greenwood. Is Ivor going to go up the inside? No, he just drives straight into the back of him, gives him a little thump on the brakes. And yeah, Stephen's not going to like that too much, but he still holds on to that position. Now, where did Stuart Black rejoin? That's what we need to see here. Look at the speed of Ivor Greenwood's engine there. In the slipstream, pulls out. Can he get past before Duffy's dip? It looks like it. Now, I think this is the battle for 4th place. No, it's not actually, because just ahead of them is Stuart Black. Thankfully, he did get back on the track, but he is behind David Newell. So that is the battle for 5th place that we were on board with there. So Black will be a little bit upset, just put a couple of wheels in the gravel trap there at the chicane, and then it just pulls the car out towards the rest of the gravel, and then there's a grassy moment all the way up the back straight. Ivor Greenwood has got past, and here comes David Hunter as well. Hunter has managed to overcome the initial problems he had early on in this race, and there's quite a bit of damage to the back of that car as we saw, but he has managed to make the pace work with the car as McGill takes a huge hunk of apex curb and sausage curb at Clark's, which is never really advisable for anybody, but it did look pretty good. As through the hairpin comes Wee Pat. John Patterson leads the way from Ryan McLeish, and now David Newell in 3rd place and Stuart Black in 4th place. They're getting quite strong out at the front, and it looks like the battle's on for 5th place, and that's the Greenwood, Hunter and McGill battle. Just off the back of them we've got Bellyweight, and then Palazzo also goes across the line. But we really need to be focusing on the guys ahead if we can, as your leader comes through Duffy's dip. You can see the legends just come over the crest hill, a nice little drift there. Nice controlled drift, then down, get the car settled for McIntyre's. Don't overdrive it. Feels great when you're going sideways, but you want to keep the thing in a straight line if you can. John Patterson through the chicane. Ryan McLeish also. And Ryan McLeish has got the pace for Wee Pat here as they go up towards Clark Corner. And speaking of pace, look at these three glued together. Greenwood, Hunter and McGill. Greenwood defends as they go in towards Clark Corner, but I don't think David Hunter's going to have a lunge from back there. You'll prove me wrong in just a minute as he comes into view here. Who's it going to be first? Nope, it's still Ivor Greenwood in that white number 37. The man who comes over from Ireland for every one of these Scottish Championship races, and it's a good addition to the grid. David Hunter again as we go on board with Ivor Greenwood. Looks left, looks right, goes back to the inside of the circuit, or the middle of the circuit. And can he get the power down and drive out of the hill, up the hill here? One thing is here, I don't think he has got the aerodynamics on that car. He's got a wheel poking out, and you can see that Stephen McGill pulls out and tries to get past him, and he can't keep in the toe of Ivor Greenwood as they go up the main straight. Over Duffy's dip, very sideways for David Hunter as the camera just breaks away at possibly the wrong time there, but fabulous bit of driving from Dave. Let's hope he manages to keep on the track. He has, yes, still well behind Ivor Greenwood, or not well behind, tucked right up behind Ivor Greenwood, we should say. And that car, it looks like it's a bit of an evil thing to drive. It looks kind of dangerous and fiendish anyway, with a wheel arch missing and the boot missing. But it doesn't look like it's got the road holding that it should have. As we go on board with Colin McNeil down through Butchers and up to that Arnold Clark chicane, he goes now left then right, kisses a little bit of sausage curb. Oh, and a big moment in front of him. Yep, off he goes. That's car number 33, big spin for Kieran Beattie there. And wow, that happened right in front of our camera car there, and thankfully McNeil managed to miss him. Never mind though, at the hairpin, through we come. The 1, 2, 3, 4 go through, up towards the start-finish line for John Patterson he goes. And he'll be delighted with how his race has gone. That was a checkered flag there for a wee part, wasn't it? Yep, so John Patterson takes a checkered flag, he takes the race victory. He'll be delighted with that one. And through come the rest of the guys to round out that legend race. And that was a brilliant Legends final. John Patterson wins from Ryan McLeish and David Newell. And Stuart Black, he'll be ruining that little mistake that he made there. Great disaster for him. Ahead of Ivor Greenwood and David Hunter.